Our population is roughly about 4,500. Half of the population live on reserve and the rest live either in off reserve, Moose Cree, Timmins, Cochrane.
I lived in my father's house growing up, and the closest I could call it closest resembles a cabin, because they didn't have the furnace, they had the electrical stuff, and it was wooden panels and everything. It was very old school. We didn't have simple things like indoor plumbing, and for the longest time we didn't have our own house. It often felt like we were in some sort of limbo.
When I came on board 4 years ago, my approach as I came in was that housing was a business and not a program that First Nations run. Housing is a business because of the amount of the money that the First Nation has invested in their housing.
Where I am now and actually building some of the houses on the island and trying to bring it up to a nicer place to live for the members is something that I take personally, because I'm from Moose Factory. I was born here and raised here when I was young.
Positive effects in dealing with an outside contractor was that all the materials and for the project were ordered and received on time, and we didn't have to worry about the logistics of getting the material in. It is a set price on our project per unit, and if there's any cost overruns on a project, the contractor comes out of their pocket as opposed to the First Nation.
We've tried to incorporate what the Moose Cree First Nation wants, so they're pretty critical in the design of the houses. We'll present them with the drawings, and then we can work through the drawing before we actually build the house. We can adjust, move bedrooms around or move the kitchen around, make things bigger, smaller.
The contractor hired local labor. About 90% of the workforce were local labor. Also, we did train some of the workers, and in our first project we had a few of the carpenter helpers that were promoted to lead carpenters, and we had one individual that was promoted up to a site supervisor, which was positive for the workers and also for the community.
For our past two projects, we have our own project manager, our own Moose Cree project manager, and that's something we're going to keep building on, so eventually he or another member can assume that contractor role, and that way we utilize more of our own members during all stages of construction, not only at the contractor stage. So that's something I'd like to see for our members, and I think a lot of them want that as well. They're asking for it.
One of the areas that we're really proud of is that we work together. Moose Cree First Nation, we're not individual silos. I'm really proud of the fact that we're acting as more of a family than a team, and we're building more homes.
Being here now, after all those months of stress and worry and all that, we finally have our home, and it just feels really, really amazing. The kids have their own home, which is something they've never had. And as a mom, that's really special to me. And my youngest daughter, she's never had her own room before, so when she moved here, she was just excited, and she put all flowers in her room, and it's really special. I'm gonna cry.
I've always been proud of my First Nation. I think in every aspect, in every sector, there is opportunity to get better, and certainly housing. So one day we will see 100% ownership for the Moose Cree First Nation. I think with the new housing that we have now, we're moving in that direction. So I think it would be good to see that one day.